Hello ladies and gentlemen, YouTubers, I'm Todd Senard, aka LimuTodd, once again with another video that was also requested that I give an explanation of the Chiappa 1911 22 on to Down and Dirty, how to adjust the sights. Okay, so here we go. Alright, back to the view. Alright, 1911 22. Okay, what you have is you have a rear sight, rather, and you have a forward sight. The forward sight, if you want to do proper bona fide adjustment on the forward sight, it requires a qualified gunsmith because it physically has to be filed with a file to get the elevation adjustment correctly. In other words, when you're looking down the barrel at a target, like you would line it up, say you're looking at a target, the elevation is going to be up and down this way, north and south reference on the target. Okay, that's an elevation adjustment, where you can see here that I have actually physically put red permanent paint marker, and you can get these at the craft stores and what have you. They're just like this. This happens to be a white one, but you can buy these sticks just like this, and what they are is you take the front off and it has like a little brush, if you will, on the tip, but you shake it and it dispenses ink, literally. It's actually a fabric marker, but it's quite permanent even on a clean surface. What you have to do, you can get it in different colors, but what you have to do, of course, is clean all oil and fingerprint residue from the metal itself before applying it. Now here's the trick. Elevation up and down as you're looking down the sights like this. You know, you're positioning your sights looking this way with that aperture, just like as if you were holding the gun shooting it at the target. Up and down this way, elevation. What you have to do is you have to start marking with the pen way up at the top, just little marks at a time, until your sight picture is correct and you start hitting in the center of the target. You see? You understand? If you're looking down the sights like this, as you can see, that red dot ends up right about there, which in my instance gives me correct elevation and alignment. Okay? So there you go. That's the up and down on the target when you're shooting. Left and right, like this, is adjusted with the rear sight. And on the Chiappa 1911 22, if you look very closely, you'll see right there in the center, in the cutout, there is a flathead screw. You have to get in there with a small jeweler's type screwdriver, straight slot, and loosen that screw. And you don't want to loosen it a lot. You want to loosen it just enough where you can move it back and forth this way, longitudinal, right? Back and forth like this, as in reference. Now, when adjusting this in reference to the forward sight, as you look at the gun down the barrel, when you're sighting it in like such, okay, if you, on the target, if you're shooting and the bullet is off to the left or right, you have to move this sight as you're looking at it. If you want the bullet to impact more to the left of you to get to center, then you have to move this sight to the left as you're looking at it. If you want the bullet to move left, you have to move the sight left, and then adjust a little bit at a time, shoot a shot, see if it moved the right direction, if it didn't go quite to center where you wanted it, and of course there's some of it's you, unless you have a bench, but that's how it's going to work. You move the rear sight as you're looking at the target, as you're looking at it like this, towards the target, like that, towards the target. If the bullet is impacting the paper target to the left, as you're looking at it, you move this rear sight to the left If it impacts to the left, you want to move the bullet right. Okay? So you move the sight to the right, and then that'll make the bullet point of impact of the bullet move right. So move it right to move the bullet impact right. Move it left to move the bullet impact to the left. That's windage. Every time you adjust this, make sure you snug the set screw back down before firing, because if you don't, you fire the gun, it's going to move because it's such a violent slide action that it'll make this move. So adjust, retighten, then fire the gun to see where you're at. So on and so forth until you have that baby centered right here, bullseye. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so there it is, down and dirty. The sighting in of the Chiappa 1911-22. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, when you're shooting at targets, make sure you have a proper backstop. Again, a .22 caliber round, although it seems very small and not much of a round, if you fire it, it can travel in a straight line over a mile. So make sure that you have a proper target with a proper backstop so bullets stop where you're shooting and not continue traveling on downrange where you have no idea where somebody is. Okay, keep it safe. Here's another thing. Do check out my site, LimuTodd.imlimu.com. That's www.limutodd.imlimu.com, and watch the video there. You're going to be very glad you did. Man, it's way cool. You got to go check it out. LimuTodd.imlimu.com. Thanks for watching, y'all. Till next time.